The quarterback one for right now, going into Sunday Night Football, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals faced off against the Saints in New Orleans. And Joe Burrow went 28 of 37. He threw for 300 yards. He had 3 touchdowns through the air. He had another rushing touchdown. And 4 rushes, 25 yards. He had a couple longer rushes on the day. He averaged 6 rushing yards per attempt. 32.5 fantasy points. That's your quarterback one. And finally, we get, a breakout game from Joe Burrow. If we look at what he's done through the first 5 weeks, right? Joe Burrow he got to 20 fantasy points against Miami week 4, but that was it. He had cracked 300 passing yards just once, and that was week 1. So this was bringing it all together. In week 5, he had a rushing score. So everything came together for Joe Burrow, and it was that New Orleans was missing so many of its pieces, right? The Saints couldn't sustain the drives that they wanted to. Taysom Hill was kept mostly in check. Chris Olave was out. Michael Thomas was out. Jameis Winston was out. Alvin Kamara did okay. We'll talk about Alvin Kamara later on in the live stream. But Marshawn Lattimore was missing, and Burrow was able to connect with his bud, Jamar Chase, in the locale where they won the national championship. So if you're following the narrative street, Joe Burrow is due for some regression moving forward, but he gets the Atlanta Falcons. That should be a good matchup week 7. This is he's going to go down a little bit because the Falcons, I don't think they're going to give up 303 and 1 rushing score, but Joe Burrow is still going to be a consistently top 8 quarterback moving forward. And I think that Atlanta is going to be a plus matchup for him. I don't think the quarterback 1, though, is going to be what we are expecting for Joe Burrow going into week 7.